you? It's been a while since we caught up. Oh, me? What have I been up to? Oh, I don't want to talk your ear off. Oh, okay, if you insist. It's not like I have a 4-page voiceover prepared about the past few months or anything. When I moved to New York in February, I came here with the bulletproof sense of purpose usually reserved for college freshmen and superheroes. Ever narrativizing my own life, I was sure I was entering a new and improved chapter. New? Definitely. Improved? Well, spoiler alert, but you already know what happens next. I spent what was supposed to be 2 weeks and slowly bled into 2 months without a single living creature, save the cockroaches I discovered in my apartment. My accidental solitary confinement officially ended in June, when my best friend moved to New York. We'd been FaceTiming across 3,000 miles for years, so it still feels kind of fake that he exists in more than 720p. We used to hate each other in high school, and now we still hate each other, but we're fucking. If there's anything this clusterfuck of a year has taught me, it is the art of wasting time. For so long I've had this background anxiety that I'm not doing enough each year, each month, each day, each fucking hour, as if my own life were a race and I was constantly behind on a never-ending, ever-urgent to-do list. A couple months ago, to calm my anxiety, I even listed out all the activities and accomplishments and work stuff I did last year just to assure myself that I wasn't wasting away my own life. Why am I 20 fucking 2 and still trying to pad my resume for non-existent college applications? In July, I witnessed the city sputter back to life. The first day I got to work outside at a coffee shop, I could have fucking cried. And for once, not just because I paid $7 for glorified bean water. The strange thing is, I know the city once held millions more people on its streets, but I honestly can't remember what it looked like. Now even a couple people drinking on the sidewalk feels like fucking Times Square. In August, Elena moved back to the city and threw me a belated birthday party to make up for the one I'd spent crying alone during quarantine. Honestly, birthdays always make me nervous because I'm afraid that people will think I'm weird for not having more close friends to celebrate with, but Leilani and Gabby, who I'd only just met once in February when I first moved to New York, picked things right up where we left off. Despite everyone finally trickling from their parents' homes back into the city, I can't help but feel a bit cynical. It feels like when I started college a quarter early. By the time the freshmen arrived, eyes bright, notebooks ready, livers intact, I was already jaded enough to know that it wouldn't last. So I've been thinking about moving lately. First thing in the morning and last thing at night, I reload Zillow until I find the perfect apartment that I can imagine the perfect life in. Ooh, there I'd have enough space to paint. There I could get a dog. There I could finally learn to cook without setting off the fucking fire alarm. I know it's just escapism, at least in part. Let's be honest, I'll never learn to cook. But I can't help wondering if life really would be easier somewhere else. Maybe life isn't easy anywhere right now. Maybe life isn't easy anywhere, ever. But maybe life doesn't have to cost $2,000 fucking dollars a month for a 10 by 10 box at least. Back in March, my hometown friends in Maryland placed a bet on when we'd be able to hang out again. Whoever lost had to buy the winners a fleshlight. Did you know that you could personalize the texture of the inside of your fleshlight? Well, now I do, unfortunately. I honestly had a lot of trouble writing this part because I know my friends might listen to it, and I'm always afraid I'm going to creep people out with how much they matter to me, or confuse them with why I say I care so much but still take weeks to text back. I think sometimes I socialize best in my own head, or through memories on film, processed weeks later and cherished alone. So, I'll just say this. You know how with nearly everyone, your parents, your boss, a first date, you have to edit yourself into whatever version they'd be most comfortable with? With them, I don't have to think about it. And that's so fucking rare. They put up with me when I was a kiss-ass in elementary school, a head-ass in middle school, and an asshole in high school, and they sure as hell put up with me now. There have been years when we've been close, years we've hurt each other, and years we haven't spoken at all. But every now and again when we come back together, it really does feel like home. I'd be lying, though, if I painted this summer as a neat 3-act plot structure with the perfect ending. The truth of it has been messy and confusing and lovely and depressing all at once. Several months later, I finally found the time in my Google Calendar to process the drama of quarantine. Not to be too dramatic, but I think I was in survival mode for so long, just trying to get through each week, that now that I finally have room to breathe, now now that life is normalish but not really normal, now that things are looking up, now that I don't have a real reason to explain why I can't get out of bed, this has been the hardest part. I'm a chronically future-oriented person. I've never in my life learned how to live in the moment, and the future has just fallen out. I found myself turning to incognito tabs late at night to ask, where should I move? When will this all be over? What's gonna happen next? But it turns out there are some questions even Google doesn't have the answers to. Lately, sometimes I've been doing alright, good even. I get along, I do my job, I live in the moment, I'm hashtag grateful for it all. But sometimes I want to scream, what the fuck is going on? Why is everything so different now? Why is everyone acting so fucking normal? I've been trying to come up with a satisfying conclusion to this video, but the thing I resent the most is all the catchphrases and cliches they've come up with. The new normal, alone together. If I hear these unprecedented times one more fucking time, I swear to God I will go outside and get a stranger to cough on me. Sometimes I feel like I have to pretend to know the answers so I can be a good example, or at least have it more figured out than everyone else. But honestly, I feel like I'm falling off a cliff and still worried about what outfit I'm gonna wear. So I guess that's all I have for now, as unsatisfying as that is. Thanks for indulging me, as always. I hope that you only threw up in your mouth a little bit with how cheesy this voiceover was. I really hope you guys are holding up, and